Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are making an art journal page in my Stamperia. It's the A5 Mixed Media Journal. You have seen previous ones on my channel, so some of the beginning pages are occupied with other creative projects already. And so I kind of already started because I didn't hit play. Don't be mad at me, but I only did one step. So you remember I hauled these not too long ago. These are collage papers, art by Marley. I picked these up at Cherry on Top. And I took this bold floral pattern right here. And the whole sheet fit perfectly, minus a little trimming off one edge. And I put it on with matte gel medium. With the matte gel medium, I put a thin layer on first with a paintbrush, put the paper down, and then put matte gel medium on top. And then I went to this side, I creased it in the corner into the middle, put matte gel medium, put the paper down, and then put some on top as well. And then I just air dried it a little bit with the heat gun, and that's why it's curling up just a tad. So my thought process, since I already have pretty much a lovely pattern, is to watercolor it. I don't have a lot of watercolors, surprisingly. So I have a few of these Jane Davenport sets. These were, I wonder if these are still available. I don't know. But this is the color palette. It's very bright. We're going to paint inside of this, okay? We're going to paint them with watercolor and see how they react. Because I thought about doing paint, but then with acrylic paint, I feel like the lines will get covered up. So something like this too, what I like about it is, say you already did like a bunch of paint colors or even your sprays all over. There's an artist slash mixed media artist that I love. Her name is called Alicia Burke, and she doodles like this. So she will like spray, say all the paints and do a little bit of a background, not knowing where it's going to go. And then she doodles these kind of flowers on top of them with micron pens, and it always turns out so fantastic. So I'm trying to get that look with staying in the lines a little bit, but at least watercolors is a bit more transparent, so the dark lines won't get covered up. And then for on top of it, we're going to make some sort of title. I've pulled out some of the acetate leaves from 49 and Market, just to do kind of a focal area. Or I also have Vicky Bouton collection, simply because I feel like these flowers here, this one, that one, are kind of similar, that we can layer it on top. Here's one, like these right there, I can pull if I still have them in there. And this one, and kind of put it on top, and then we will figure out maybe a title from these, like Hello Sunshine or The Good Vibes. Something that'll stand out, because now this is definitely a very bold black print. All right, so we're just gonna make them all rainbow, okay? So I'm just gonna send you along. I want to put it on fast forward, and we are going to color in these fabulous flowers. And I will leave as much as I can down below so that you can go shopping as well. Let's get started. If you're ever looking for an activity that's just therapeutic, you need to do coloring. And even with watercolors, this part was so relaxing for me. So this does take time. It is messy, if you will. I do try to stay within the lines, but by all means, I was not trying to be perfect towards the end. Getting color on the page was most important, and I was just making sure that I didn't put like two pink flowers touching each other, so anything that was connected had to be of a different color. And it took, like I said, it took time, but it worked out so nicely. So if you have a nice watercolor, I have to play with watercolors more, is also what I realized after this, because it was a fun process. And what I think about it all too is, I had mentioned that artist that does these kind of florals like this, and she starts off with just like these color blobs on her page, and then goes in with the Sharpie and does all of the detail work and makes the flowers be wherever the color blob that she put down kind of was. And it's inspiring, and it looks beautiful, and I really need to give it a try, because I wonder if I'd be good at it, but I'll never know until I try, So this was a nice way to get the look without being the artist. So these collage sheets from Art by Marlene are great in that manner. So I will be using the other ones. The other ones weren't like to fill in and stuff, but some of them could be, filling in like the checkered one or something, because they were all kind of bold black and white patterns. So I look forward to using this more in my art journal in the future, and I highly recommend this size. I've had a few friends DM me on the side from my videos asking, you know, to start, because sometimes the larger ones from Dylusion are too big, and, you know, I too, I don't like the craft journals that Dina Weekly offers, but this one is a Stamperia one. It's the A5 just mixed media journal. I'll remember to link it down below, and it's just a good, A5 is a good size, and it's bright white paper, so even if you don't apply gesso, it works well with getting it wet with paint or watercolors. So I highly recommend this one, especially for a good size to get projects done and get kind of your feet wet in the art journaling world. I highly recommend this size. So once I was done letting it dry, and I made sure I laid it flat, you saw me flipping it over right now, I just wanted to, like, and don't get me wrong, as alone, that would have been beautiful. You know what I mean? But I think I always look for a layout to have a word or a quote. And so that was my understanding when I kind of took out these Vicki Boutin ephemera packs. I do believe this might have been Color Story, but I could be wrong on the collection. I think I had both out at the same time. It's for me, sometimes Vicki Boutin's things look the same. I hate to say that about her stuff. Her stuff is great. I just feel like some collections, they kind of tend to blend, and that's not a bad thing or anything. They all work together. So that's just a Vicki Boutin kind of a sprig or ephemera looking nicely. And then I'm taking this. I was gonna take the splatters from my Dina Weekly acrylic sprays, but the color had separated too much. So I don't know if that was just my bottle or something. I have to shake it up and do some more. But then I go in with, and I have it here on my desk for some shimmer. It was the Brutus Monroe Shimmer Splash in Pink Passion. That's what I'm shaking up right there. It looks like a little, like a nail polish bottle, and I added a layer of pink shimmer onto the flowers with this. This is the tiniest little thing. I keep on forgetting I have it, but I need to use this more because it does pack a lot of shine in this little jar, and that's how I kind of finish it off. It actually really was simple, but took effort, you know, simple in its technique, but effort for its execution, and it turned out bright, colorful, and flowers. I love. Okay, that will wrap up this quick, well, I considered quick, art journal layout. So this was the topper, some Pink Passion Shimmer Splash paint, and I put it on the petals of the flowers, so hopefully that will have some nice shine once it dries. I'm just kind of showing you the sheen. And this whole cluster of embellishments was all from Vicki Boutin to make it nice and bright, and I like that it pops because of that white outline as well, so it's really, really cute, and hopefully that gets some shimmer on it for sure. So there you go, simple, just coloring in a nice design from those what was it, Marlene by Margot, Art by Marlene. So I will leave this link down below, and anything else I can find that I've used that you can get a hold of to do a similar pattern in your art journal. I also tried to do the Dina Weekly stoked splatters, but all of my pigment unfortunately is resting on the bottom, so it's not as hot pink, because I would have splattered it, but maybe I will once it's dried and I remember. But I need to store this differently so that those pigments don't settle to the bottom and not mix. So just keep that in mind when you buy those products. Thank you so much for joining me. Please subscribe if you haven't done so. Give this video a thumbs up as always, and until next time, everyone, bye.